Have you ever found yourself wondering if that woman in your life is actually interested in you, or if you're just imagining things? Maybe she seems to act differently around you than she does with other guys, but you can't quite put your finger on what's different. You're not alone in this confusion, and today I'm going to reveal something that will change how you see female attraction forever. Most men completely miss the subtle ways women communicate romantic interest because they're looking for the wrong signals entirely. While you're waiting for obvious signs like direct compliments or physical touch, she's been sending you a completely different language of attraction that flies right under your radar. The truth is, when a woman secretly likes a man, her flirting style becomes incredibly sophisticated and layered with meaning that most guys never decode. Research in evolutionary psychology shows us that women have developed intricate methods of signaling interest while maintaining plausible deniability. It's a delicate dance that allows them to express attraction without risking rejection or appearing too forward. And once you understand this hidden communication system, you'll never question whether someone is interested in you again. So stick with me because by the end of this breakdown, you'll have a complete understanding of how women really flirt when they're secretly attracted to you. And if you find this insight valuable, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe because I'm passionate about helping men navigate the complex world of attraction psychology and dating dynamics. Before we dive into the specific behaviors, let's understand why women flirt in secret rather than being direct. From an evolutionary standpoint, women have historically needed to be more selective with their romantic choices due to the biological investment of pregnancy and child-rearing. This has led to the development of subtle signaling systems that allow them to gauge a man's interest and character before making themselves vulnerable. In modern dating, this translates to what researchers call covert signaling. Women will test your awareness, your social intelligence, and your ability to pick up on nuanced communication. It's not that they're playing games, they're unconsciously following deeply ingrained patterns that helped ensure successful mate selection for thousands of years. The fascinating part is that most women aren't even consciously aware they're doing this. Their attraction signals operate on an almost automatic level, driven by brain chemistry and evolutionary programming. When she likes you, her behavior shifts in predictable ways, but these changes are often so subtle that only someone who knows what to look for will catch them. This is why understanding secret female flirting is so powerful. Once you can recognize these patterns, you gain insight into her true feelings that she might not even fully understand herself. You'll stop second-guessing interactions and start responding to the real messages she's sending. The 7 hidden ways women flirt when they secretly like you. 1. The strategic tease and retreat. When a woman is secretly interested in you, she'll often employ what psychologists call approach avoidance behavior. She'll give you her attention and then pull it away, creating a push-pull dynamic that keeps you thinking about her. You might notice she texts you enthusiastically but then takes longer to respond to your next message. She'll laugh at your jokes and seem engaged in conversation, then suddenly become busy or distracted. She might compliment you and then immediately change the subject or make a playful joke that deflects from the moment. This isn't confusion or mixed signals, it's actually a sophisticated attraction strategy. By creating this tension, she's unconsciously testing your persistence and confidence while also protecting herself from appearing too eager. She wants to see if you'll chase her when she pulls away, but also if you can handle the uncertainty without becoming needy or desperate. The key to recognizing this pattern is consistency over time. If she regularly gives you positive attention followed by distance, and this cycle repeats, she's likely very interested but trying to maintain control over the situation. 2. The mirroring and matching game. Women who are secretly attracted to a man will unconsciously begin to mirror his behaviors, speech patterns, and even his interests. This is driven by what neuroscientists call neural synchrony. When we're attracted to someone, our brains literally try to sync up with theirs. You might notice she starts using phrases you use, adopts similar opinions on topics you've discussed, or suddenly develops interest in things you're passionate about. She might mirror your texting style, your humor, or even your posting patterns on social media. But here's where it gets really interesting. she'll also do what's called complementary mirroring. If you're high energy, she might become more calm and grounded around you. If you're serious, she might become more playful. This creates a perfect psychological balance that feels incredibly natural and comfortable. Pay attention to how she acts around other people versus how she acts around you. If her personality seems to shift to complement yours specifically, that's her subconscious mind trying to create the perfect dynamic between you two. 3. The intelligence display. When a woman secretly likes you, she'll often try to showcase her intelligence and wit in subtle ways. This isn't bragging or showing off, it's her unconscious desire to prove that she's worthy of your attention and would be a good match for you intellectually. She might bring up interesting topics she knows you'd appreciate, share thoughtful insights about things you care about, or demonstrate knowledge in areas that align with your interests. She'll ask thoughtful questions that show she's been paying attention to what you've said in previous conversations. Sometimes this manifests as playful intellectual sparring. She'll challenge your ideas in a way that's engaging rather than confrontational, creating opportunities for stimulating back-and-forth exchanges. This is her way of testing your mental agility while showing off her own. The key difference between this and regular conversation is the intention behind it. When she's attracted to you, there's an underlying current of notice how smart I am and see how well we connect mentally in these interactions. 4. The emotional vulnerability test. Women who are secretly interested will often share personal stories, opinions, or experiences that reveal something meaningful about who they are. This serves multiple purposes in the attraction process. First, she's testing your emotional intelligence and empathy. How do you respond when she shares something personal? Do you listen actively, ask follow-up questions, and respond with appropriate sensitivity? Your reaction tells her whether you're capable of the emotional depth she's looking for in a romantic partner. Second, she's creating intimacy between you. By sharing something that others don't know about her, she's creating a special connection that exists only between the two of you. This bonds you together and makes you feel chosen and trusted. Watch for moments when she opens up about her fears, dreams, past experiences, or deep thoughts about life. If she's doing this with you but not with other men in her life, it's a strong indicator of romantic interest. 5. The social proof strategy. A woman who secretly likes you will often try to demonstrate her social value and desirability in subtle ways. She might mention other men who are interested in her, not to make you jealous, but to show you that she's a catch worth pursuing. She'll talk about social events she's attending, interesting people she meets, or opportunities that come her way. This is her unconscious way of communicating that she's socially connected, interesting, and has options, all attractive qualities in a potential partner. Sometimes she'll do this through storytelling, casually mentioning situations that highlight her desirability or social status. Other times it's more direct, like posting social media content when she knows you'll see it, showing herself having fun and being appreciated by others. The key is that she wants you to see her as someone worth competing for, while also creating a slight sense of urgency, the feeling that if you don't act, someone else might. 6. The physical space dance. When a woman is secretly attracted to you, her relationship with physical space becomes very telling. She'll find reasons to be near you that seem natural and coincidental, but happen too frequently to be accidental. She might choose seats close to you in group settings, find excuses to walk past your workspace, or position herself where you'll notice her. During conversations, she'll gradually move closer, testing your comfort level with her proximity. Touch becomes strategic and meaningful. She'll find innocent reasons to make physical contact, adjusting your collar, touching your arm when she laughs, or creating situations where casual contact is natural. These touches linger just slightly longer than they would with someone she sees as just a friend. Pay attention to how she uses eye contact as well. When she's attracted to you, she'll hold your gaze longer than socially necessary, creating moments of intensity that feel charged with meaning. 7. The future weaving technique. Perhaps the most subtle but powerful way women flirt when they secretly like someone is by weaving potential future scenarios into conversation. She'll make casual references to things you could do together, places you should check out, or experiences that would be fun to share. This might sound like, "Oh, you'd love this restaurant I heard about," or "We should definitely see that movie when it comes out," or "You'd be perfect for this event I'm going to." She's not directly asking you out, but she's planting seeds and testing your receptiveness to spending more time together. Sometimes she'll talk about hypothetical scenarios that include both of you, or make jokes about what it would be like if you were in certain situations together. This is her way of mentally rehearsing a closer relationship while gauging your interest in the possibility. The key is that these references to potential shared experiences happen regularly and feel natural within the conversation flow. She's unconsciously trying to create a mental picture of you two as a unit. Understanding individual behaviors is important, but recognizing the overall pattern is what really matters. When a woman is secretly attracted to you, several of these behaviors will appear together, creating a consistent theme in your interactions. The most telling sign is that her behavior toward you is noticeably different from how she treats other men. She might be friendly with everyone, but there's an extra layer of attention, consideration, and energy that she reserves specifically for you. Another key indicator is consistency over time. One or two instances of these behaviors might be coincidence, but when they happen repeatedly across different contexts and situations, they represent a genuine pattern of attraction. Pay attention to the investment level in your interactions. Is she putting effort into conversations with you that goes beyond basic politeness? Does she remember details from previous conversations? Does she initiate contact or find reasons to extend interactions? These are all signs that you occupy a special space in her thoughts. Now that you understand how women secretly flirt, let's talk about the biggest mistakes men make when they encounter these signals. The first and most common error is overanalyzing individual interactions instead of looking at the bigger picture. One delayed text response doesn't mean anything, but a pattern of strategic communication does. Another major mistake is responding too aggressively to subtle signals. When you pick up on her interest, the temptation is to immediately escalate or make your own interest obvious. But remember, she's being subtle for a reason. She wants to maintain the delicate dance of attraction without feeling exposed or vulnerable. Many men also make the mistake of ignoring these signals entirely because they're not direct enough. They're waiting for obvious signs like explicit compliments or physical advances, completely missing the sophisticated communication happening right in front of them. Perhaps the biggest mistake is failing to reciprocate appropriately. If she's putting in the effort to create these subtle connections and you're not responding with your own version of interested engagement, she'll eventually assume you're not interested and redirect her attention elsewhere. When you start noticing these patterns of secret flirting, your response needs to be calibrated and strategic. The goal is to show that you're aware of her interest without destroying the subtlety that makes the interaction exciting. Match her energy level and investment. If she's being playful and teasing, respond with your own playful banter. If she's sharing something personal, reciprocate with appropriate vulnerability of your own. This creates the mutual exchange that deepens attraction. Create opportunities for more interaction without being pushy about it. If she's weaving future scenarios into conversation, pick up on them and add your own enthusiasm. If she's finding reasons to be near you, make sure you're accessible and welcoming when she does. Most importantly, maintain your own confidence and authenticity throughout the process. The reason she's attracted to you in the first place is because of who you are. Don't change your fundamental personality to chase her signals. Instead, let her attraction inspire you to be the best version of yourself. Understanding the deeper psychology behind secret female flirting helps you appreciate why these patterns exist and why they're so effective. From a neurological standpoint, the uncertainty and subtlety of these interactions actually increases attraction by triggering the brain's reward system. When interactions have an element of mystery and require interpretation, they activate the same neural pathways associated with problem-solving and achievement. Successfully reading her signals and responding appropriately gives both of you a psychological reward that deepens the connection. The evolutionary psychology is equally fascinating. Women who were skilled at subtle communication and careful partner selection were more likely to choose mates who would provide security and resources. Men who could pick up on these subtle cues demonstrated the social intelligence and emotional awareness that made them better long-term partners. In modern dating, these same principles apply. A woman who can successfully communicate interest while maintaining plausible deniability protects herself from rejection and maintains her sense of control. A man who can recognize and appropriately respond to these signals demonstrates the emotional intelligence and social awareness that she finds attractive. Secret female flirting is a sophisticated form of communication that reveals genuine attraction while allowing both parties to maintain dignity and control throughout the process. When you understand these 7 key behaviors: strategic teasing, mirroring, intelligence display, emotional testing, social proof, physical positioning, and future weaving, you gain insight into her true feelings that goes far beyond surface-level interactions. The key to success is recognizing the patterns rather than fixating on individual behaviors, responding with appropriate reciprocation rather than overwhelming directness, and maintaining your authentic self throughout the process. Remember that attraction is a dance, not a destination. The subtle back and forth of secret flirting is actually part of what makes romantic connection exciting and meaningful. When you can participate in this dance with awareness and skill, you transform from someone who wonders if she's interested to someone who knows exactly where you stand. The next time you interact with a woman you're interested in, pay attention to these subtle signals. Notice how she behaves differently with you than with others. Watch for the patterns that reveal her true feelings behind her careful words. And most importantly, appreciate the sophistication of this communication system. When a woman takes the time and energy to flirt with you in these subtle ways, she's showing you a level of interest and investment that goes far deeper than casual attraction. She's inviting you into a complex emotional and psychological dance that could lead to something truly meaningful. Now that you have this knowledge, you'll never have to wonder again whether someone is secretly interested in you. The signs are all there, you just needed to know how to read them. If you found this breakdown valuable, make sure to subscribe and let me know in the comments about your own experiences with recognizing these subtle attraction signals. Have you noticed any of these patterns in your own interactions? What other aspects of attraction psychology would you like me to explore? Your engagement helps me create more content that genuinely helps men navigate the complex world of modern dating and relationships.